Shouldn't Jackson Hinkle get in trouble because this is an American that has went to Iran and is supporting the Islamic Republic? He's participating in the funeral of Ali Khamenei, and basically supporting chance of death to America. He's posting videos about it every day, praising the Islamic Republic, attacking Israel. I do think that this might be a crime. I know we have free speech in the United States, but I do think there's one expectation is material support for terrorists. Also, like, this is not American, but Brusha Sheikh, she's British Pakistani. She's also in Iran right now, participating in the funeral and doing promotion of the Islamic Republic and the Supreme Leader and the IRGC and everything. um, Given how limited free speech is in the UK, isn't this supporting? I don't know, what is this allowed? Like, it's interesting. Like, if this is allowed in the UK, does this mean like you cannot be Islam, so quote unquote Islamophobic in the UK, but what she's doing is allowed? So because these are terrorists and she's there supporting them. I mean, I do recognize that the UK hasn't labeled the Islamic Republic or the IRGC as a terrorist organization. So maybe that's how she's getting away with it. But it would be weird that in the UK you could get arrested for offensive tweets, or liking an offensive post on Facebook. But Bushra, I don't know if she's out there basically supporting the Hitler of our time, and she's not going to get in trouble if she goes back to the UK. So I don't know how this works in United States and in the UK. Just wanted to get your opinions on them.
First of all, yes, in Britain we see a lot of double standard. That's been a big thing for a long time now. And like you said, yes, because they're not recognized as a terrorist organization, then it's not illegal in Britain. About the America laws, technically what he's doing is against the law. What Hassan did, though, it's not just about the visit in Cuba. It's he specifically went to a hotel that is on a list that is banned because it's one of the propaganda hotels that belongs specifically with the government. So you have to be in collaboration with the Cuban government to get there. That is the crime, not coming to Cuba, not even throwing all this propaganda away. It's the collaboration with an enemy government.
Well, but that's also okay. If collaboration with an enemy government got him in trouble, then what Jackson Hinkle and this other girl, Carla Walsh, are doing. By the way, Carla Walsh was working with Elizabeth Warren for a long time, just people for a while ago. So Carla Walsh and Jackson Hinkle are also collaborating with an enemy state. So that should be, isn't that the same thing?
That's a good question. And since the first responder is Jeffrey, I bet they can answer you. Okay, Jeffrey?
Yeah. So this treasonous bag of shit's been doing this for quite some time. There's four laws that immediately jump out. 18 USC 2381, treason. Every United States citizen owes allegiance to the United States. That said, you are not to give aid and comfort to the enemy. And the Islamic, like the Mullah regime or now regime remnants, is very much the enemy of the United States on the in law. 18 USC 953, the Logan Act, which prevents private citizens with no authority from the U.S. government to engage in intercourse with a foreign government, particularly when it's in opposition to U.S. foreign policy, as stated by the White House. They ran sanctions and IRGC terrorist designation violations, so there's all of those laws he violated. And finally is Trading with the Enemy Act, 50 USC 4301. And this is during times of armed conflict. They'll probably try to argue it's a gray zone. This is not protected speech. This is a U.S. citizen actively working with America's enemy on enemy territory during gray zone hostility, which you'll probably try to hide in. It's not very surprising, given this piece of shit is the co-founder of the quote-unquote American Communist Party, Right? He calls himself a conservative Marxist-Leninist. That's all friggly ass shit. Centers around political triangulation via co-opting your opponent's position. I think it's very much reflective of, and this is why it's so important to remember, right? And why His Highness Prince Reza Pahlavi is so important as a symbol. This person, via his professed ideological beliefs and or age and function, very much smacks of the red part of the red-black alliance that played a direct role in undermining the noble house of Pahlavi and setting it up Iran for having to suffer under 47 years of Islamic fundamentalist dictatorship. Think of what this asshole is doing. He went over into mullah occupied, now regime remnant occupied Iran. He is actively supporting the regime remnants that is occupying Iran. He is a overt communist. What a surprise. Sounds a lot like the Tudeh party, or say kids that were brainwashed into bullshit, like when His Highness Mohammed Reza Pahlavi sent kids to Western universities to try and learn skills to import them to help further his bold effort to move Iran away from feudalism into a position of tolerant modernity. He had not known that those universities had been hijacked by these left-wing freaks, and subsequently Soviet active measures indirectly imported itself into Iran and directly played a role in undermining the noble house of Pahlavi. This person is doing the contemporary version of that in support of the regime remnants that the red out of the red-black alliance assisted. He should be tried and punished under the full fucking letter of the law. And if it was up to me, he would spend the rest of his ass at Gitmo, where he fucking belongs.
Thank you, Kat. And with that, I say also good night to you all. And Kat, is your turn.
Okay, Danny's
Yeah,
gonna
so
thank you, Sep. Look, before you say thank you, Sapir, love you. Okay.
Thank you, Zipper.
thanks,
Sleep up.
yes. Okay, so you said 4 people. So Jackson Hinkle and Kella Walsh, yes, they're Americans, but they, to my understanding, do not step foot in America anymore. Kella lives in Lebanon, and Jackson lives in Russia, actually. And they know that it's not a new thing. Both of them from different ideologies. Kella is more of a Marxist ideology, and Jackson is from the woke right, what's called today, but they are not, to
He's a
my, as far as
communist.
I know, going. Yes, he is a communist. I'm not sure. I think he will be more of a socialist in his way, like more of the Dugan ideology. It's a bit different, but it goes together, but they're not going back to the US. That's my understanding. And about Hassan, yes, he's facing probably some trouble. And about Bushra Sheikh, that's how things look in the UK, sadly. She will not be held to anything she does.
Thank you for the summary.
All right. Next to respond is Monkey.
All right, I got something here on Palestine Action because one of these guys was with Palestine Action that is considered a terrorist organization. They were designated as such by the UK government. It hasn't been done yet in America, but Marco could do it, and that would put them in trouble if they ever dared to set foot over here or with any of our allies. Because you step in the wrong place, your plane gets diverted. Maybe we got you. These people did an attack to damage military aircraft at an RAF base in Bryce Norton. And they also crushed a lady's spine. I think she was one of the security people there. And they hit her with a sledgehammer. And I think they destroyed like part of her back. Breeze. Treason ordinance. I'm sorry, nobody. I said it wrong. But I think the United States, the European Union, Canada, and Australia should start to share these designations of these groups as terrorist groups. This includes NIAC, NAIR. I forgot the name of the group, CARE, I think it is. I forgot the name of the group that's working with Cuba, but that is also another group that is being looked at. Anybody associated with it. But not only did he use the hotel, he also used their travel agency. So that's another problem that they're having, because everybody who used them kind of like as a travel agency to secure the tickets and all that is in trouble. So I'm glad that they're starting finally to look at these groups. I want more. Like, this is not enough. This is not going fast enough. I want more from the government. And people that say, oh, MAGA people don't critique the government. Well, no, we critique it better. We go to the specific places where we want to see more action. And this is one of those places where we want to see more action, because this is absolutely material support. These people get millions of dollars for, pimping and shilling whatever they want on their channels. These people make money. Specifically, Hassan, he makes a lot of money from advertising, and he makes a lot of money from selling specific products himself. So it cannot be said that his public support is not material support, because it's accountable. You can go to the accounting section of his taxes and say, yes, when he does this, that's worth money.
Thank you. Next is Kathy.
Well, Monkey answered my question, because I was going to ask if these people were going to be held accountable, considering they're Americans and committing treason. But if they don't live in the United States, how can you hold them accountable?
Like I said, if they step foot in an allied country, they may get deported or sent back and hey, our buddy said we got to grab you.
Maybe we need to do a Yoinkening part 2. In fact, not maybe, we should. And this guy is clearly a fucking mouthpiece for Duganism. And the typical blend of it is what? It's kind of a syncretic ideology that attempts to superficially co-opt the idea of MAGA, which is working class rhetoric, in support of things like Putin's criminalized counterintelligence state, the Chinese Communist Party, previously the Alawite regime in Syria, and the Mullah regime remnants in Iran. This guy's an absolute douche. If you ever saw his picture, he has the most punchable face on fucking planet Earth. This guy has given numerous friggin' interviews for Tucker, Fuck the Duck Carlson, and every other shit stick under the sun. He's clearly a agent of influence for Putin's criminalized counterintelligence state and any other co-aligned regimes. I mean, so yeah, he thinks he can hide. That's fine. I'm just saying, maybe he should fly the same first class that Maduro did right after he was yoinked from Venezuela.
My name is Armin Navabi. I'm an Iranian political analyst with decades of experience fighting the Islamic regime inside and outside of Iran. Make sure you follow me for more, and also make sure you join our discussion group. I'm there almost every single day. Come talk to me there and the rest of the people there in our group calls. It's a great place to meet and talk to people who like talking about politics. The link is in the description and or in the bio. You could also get there by scanning the QR code on the screen. See you there.